드린데 엔드린 치료찰 넘버랭이 상로래야 치료들이 샤인
Als erstes möchte ich
So firstly, I want to welcome heartily everybody who has come this afternoon.
다들 드린데 트래픽 딩공다데 다들 environment 드린데 트래픽 딩공다데
What's the traffic?
environment the environment solver
What's the traffic?
the environment 가져서 근데 아버 정면도 the environment 가져서 말에 topic 아버 정면도
alle die environment koryugla küshap라고 küshap da 가두직 가두기나 küshap색이다.
오케이.
küshap da 가두직 가두기나
küshap.
küshap색.
오케이. 안드린데 딱 마신에 딱 니마 가시야. 인데 아주 마신에 딱 니마 가시야. 저 계절로 마우 시에스. 가면 저 계절로 마우 시에스 그래. 아, 이 상황부지 슈야스 메베스르시 르스토. 아, 다디 슈야스 메베스르시 르스토. 다디 다마시 디린디 수슬이야 지림디 닌타마르 차 다마시 디린디 사니니야 은바 지림디 롬바신다 타마르 차디도 사니니 은바 롬바신다.
And the theme of this afternoon is the respect for environment. And generally, I have talked in the last days a lot already to this theme, so there is not much more new that I could say. And today is my last day of my travel in Switzerland. Tomorrow I will go on to France.
안에 드린 유산하다 드린데 좀 지린들은 싫어합니다. 그래. 그래. 다들 구유 스마베다지 마시 땅아라 슌두 깨서 사서디 안에 다 회기 롱바 국교를 지제 드린 유산에 아니 modern development 스마베다지 근데 팅두기지 야게르 다 자완에 메스라노 드리어레 드리지기 롱바지레 깨브레 안드린 유산에 아니 회기지 수균기 초와 스마르베 수균기 초와야 지 냠수녀하게 투주 중세를 충분해.
Concerning environment, in generally, I am really living in a very isolated place in Tibet, where I was born, and the region where I can say that nothing of what exists today, all the progressive objects and things and machines and things that we have in the modern world. So I was really in this very traditional way of living in Tibet, which was really free from all these modern technologies.
런중기 쿠류리아 지통 첨부선을 구십 선을 딱 한다 통지 런중 쿠류리아 지통 첨부시라 치그레스.
And this traditional way of growing up in Tibet is that we were really the nature and the environment, we were really appreciating it very much. We were respecting nature very much. That's a big part of our culture.
지 사도르다 잠메인바 가르소다 지디 living systems and that 오늘 전에 다 늘지베지다 안다나지 지 사당 아니지 슬라몰라서다 딘데르시 망부지 내에 버르지 딘데지 아주 더 something 거래.
So we think that, for example, the mountains, the places, that these are living systems, that there are many deities, gods and goddesses that are living in these natural places.
중세 가서 몽된다고 섬으로다 지 초진이 캔서를 지래디 이나 초신다지니 엔텐저위지 가서 탑lâm 대규네 아니 지 미당 전중 쿠류 버루기 에는 지 데바 지 사무주의디 바지 되지 아주 게르바 사지 수익용도 초야 틀이야 지 초와 개용의 미두 상으로 디기 띵 사버지 소르고에 버르지 근데 통도
When we see this from one side, maybe this seems to be very blind faith, or maybe a strange way to look at things like in this way. But on the other hand, we can see that it is a wise method, in a way to bring respect to the people. The people have very much respect in this view for the nature and the environment. They have really a strong link and connection with the nature that is surrounding them. And this for many, many generations for these people who have been growing in this kind of traditional way of looking at things, this traditional culture.
괜히 이제 파시에 통하여 말해. 괜히 상황으로다 biodegradable 나오면 돼. 그래야지. 쟤네 딘데르 짱짱 쟤네 안디 괜히 플라스틱 괜히 저 통하여 말해. 괜히 사바지 괜히 루사여 말해. 아니 괜히요 말해. 딘데 인상 디 아주 포율의 치수다 플라스틱 package 제샤버드 잘라내 엔두산 그주디 괜히디 꼴 고쳐 말다. 간주면 주지. 간주면 유아의 초전에 고좀 고쳐 말. 그래서 남주 아주 수요 처에 나로래야. 된제 기니데 고 유샤나 고 열심히 해 잘지자. 된제도 삼로 코셔. 그주디 기 고래야. 고좀 고쳐.
And in my homeland, home region, at my time when I was living there, there was no plastic garbage. There was no plastic garbage at all. All the garbage that we had was biologically can be eliminated organically, so there was not even a garbage bin. There was no garbage and no garbage bin. Only later then there were arrived in this region some plastic wrappings, and it was being thrown out in the nature everywhere, because before everything was organically dissolving in nature. The people didn't understand that with plastic it doesn't work in the same way.
제 직제에서 말하면 김가 나로라 샤기 잘라도 수있네 드제 망부지 딱 공고예버도 마다베 지 망부지 요만 지 TV 사도 진짜면도 이제 요만해.
Und genauso auch die Dinge.
And also the things, the objects that were used at home were objects that we were using for the daily life. Things that were inexistent in our lives.
뉴중 초시에로지 수균기 비밀소와 계란을 뉴중 초시에디 슈첨부를 줘야 되버릇이 통.
Und so see, was
And what I see here in the Tibetan culture the way Tibetans are living, there is this principle of having little desire and to be happy and content, and I think this is really practiced well.
Dieses wenig
To be content, to be happy with a little, to be happy with small wishes, this is really an important practice in Buddhism. For example, especially the monks and nuns are ordained people. They have this practice of little desire and contentment. This is a really basic and general important practice for them.
Highest summer daji Quran dombar mason di jimbaru toshu dilia and gelonta masaji yondigar.
so
when we talk about ordained people, higher ordination, then is the fully ordained monks and nuns, bhikshus and bhikkhunis.
Bhikshu the bhikshuni sadi Sigone de Pega Gubimida. Longa passar, lomo long energy, Kuyaras, lomo long is a Tantona Trambuji, beggar Kuyaras.
When we understand this word in Tibetan, Gelung and Gelungma, when we translate this, Longwa means a beggar, a useful, good beggar.
Pena Gelonge Lanada, beggar Leon, Lomo Leon Dosana, the Yaushta Omarwataji, Yan Pebaleaji, and the Devashta Yusmane. Jazza, Pebe, lots of the Zug, and the Delia, this Numbes kept. Gewa Longas, Gewa Lomojan Gas, the Gewas are about 12 years. Mother Bhikshu said,
Then
the word bhikshu, bhikshuni means then a beggar. But because in Tibetan the word beggar is not seen as a good word, we have to feel shame when we talk about a beggar. So the translators have translated it in Gelong, which means beggar of that which is holy, which is wholesome.
Und
so this house of a Gelong and a Gelongma, the fully ordained monk and nun, this highest vows of these ordained people. So the word is really a beggar, and this means that the fundamental practice of this Gelung and Gelungmas is to be content and to have little wishes.
Today, you said that Gelong chigi Quran karshwe Quran ke ta napsa sa marwe ta thulo sa ne dandu ta de zo de ta chö namsum sa tu syon de yorba today you ta chö go de zo rebe inna re sonda de la lemba jang ho ra lemba jam ta de lemba jam ne ene thama de khön melo war jab samre ji 다 lemba mo ge ta thama de 야 근도 미루는 거지 되지 차연 뉴스안에 아니 되지 레디서 지가 가셔 지 치다르단 기지단 조스 장마서는 근데 비슷하다로 다 대양 아니 아직 타마들이야지 가셔 shaka shuke samarwa da jik tumbu rup cha so na da de jik zikbe nalo le chamzam zikba tili gyadu sane zikba la shala tangdu sane di nalo le ane lukche redu di na lukche zikba la shala tanga rup che dinde che ne enda bede mutu ni pechu tang chola man rup che dinde che aji lusu yode besi.
In this way, the robes of a Gelung, a fully ordained monk, as there are 3 Dharma robes. So when one of his robes have a hole or broken, then they will be repaired with a piece of cloth. And when they're really getting old, after a time when they have lots of repairing pieces on it and they cannot wear them anymore, then they will be washed and be used for other purposes. And also when this is not possible anymore, then we will use them to repair, for example, holes in the walls. So this is the use of old worn out robes, and the basis here is not to waste anything at all, so that we take use of everything as long as it exists.
ane gergi sonjo checho mara tawa gergi tadi nguma kishe do dan debe nizuri ma tada de jigal yo mara ta ine ji sonjo gergi personal de sonjo jike mise 시제 찬다 제마 저버시 자디어래 제자 급디두산 뒤에기 베네지 벤조르드 상물로 다tin 산업지는 소셜라이즘 스물 지소를 노르 소셜리즘 소셜리즘 디 지소를 노르 다들식 제제 아니 집에기 겐두치를 표시하는데 아니 집에 다보자마도 배주 당마도 게르기 배주 동초만에 안다나 신지 다들의 개발도 긴dü를 표시하는데 긴dü를 배주 동고래 안지 상계를 표시하는데 상계 시체도 배주 동서마로 드리쳐오래.
Also, this was at least like this in the older times, maybe today not anymore, but the monks and nuns should not have any personal belongings. The socialism was actually really mainstream, so generally we were authorized to use things that were belonging to everybody, but we didn't have any personal private belongings in this sense. So from the Sangha and the Buddha, they were living like this.
Sangha dia gendung de Sangha tinde da karshura ji kandas la da jingyon karsa de jingyon karsa management mayimbe karsa ore administration do tinde ji Sangha di system do de swanam de ene tabena chochikne koram ene karshura Sangha koram ta ji chundu gese che gebese ime indusane administration lobjong chawurba tini tinjega thwane kada ji rabdu chu the system shibuji tembo chi swana yoros ti gyunzen la dene ane ji gyalia jingma ji phaji ta thuruk thi kawlia phaji ji university samarba ta ji da te kijamen chi su ta ji nalenda sa da bikramashila sa tinjega ta university somar nang shu lomnyon chesa sula lomnya kha tinje mangbu chumbre ta phaji kap thidu jane zombuling galia university nga shu chi phaji cha de yusre ta tinje yong gwa de zo de gindyung gi de horanji temor shu che en dana singi ti gi en da ji karshura da ji economics somar ta ji benjor ko jodan de samlo da sevachi jinzu sevachi insan 진짜 그 토네 아니 유니버시티 망고지 영화도 진짜 피견 줘야지就是做起 진짜 차대요 알아서 진짜 신경도 용한데
As the Buddha, the administration for the Sangha has introduced administration for the Sangha because Buddha, in first part of his life, in the first years of his life, he was a prince, and through that he has really brought a lot of experience in concerning administration. So he has really introduced rules and administration for the ordained Sangha. And later in his life, then came, later in the tradition, there came these big monasteries like Nalanda, Vikramashila, that were the first biggest universities of this world. They were the first universities of this world. There were places where the Sangha was living together. This is why also there was a special system how the finances were ruled, administration was handled. So this brought up all the rising of all the big monasteries.
근데 때 가서 니주 프로블럼을 이제 좀래 가라산다 집에 기변에 긴두지 체도 다 망고지 표로 봐. 대지 개보이네래 다나 신기 다지당게 미만 규만 된데게 다 긴두지 체도 망고지 표현도 사네. 다데 남산남산데 배주 동초고 말아 다 집에 체도 되게 샤제. 되게 제마도 미게르게 배주 동안에 갈라 커버 차디온 제산다베 huge summer 드리직 배 바나 가르스다 저를 지 방저를 지 시비지 여자 이 고마침부터 지나 지 여라서 다 집에 쳇게 여베 인두스탄 아니 치수 아니 가지기 마데 야가리 연두산 안 당부 공부도 지나 진세 아니 공부도 torjom을 제 가르선 디나로 다 시비지 규자라로 시비에 인자 되게 상황으로 터지 침르지 되스고
There were also, on the other hand, there was a problem that arose. Then there were brought a lot of offerings from the lay people, from the kings, and then the monasteries which could not be used, the monastery were not allowed to possess something. This is why they started to build these treasure chambers in the bigger monasteries. And then later, when the Muslim wars happened, then they attacked the monasteries first and destroyed the monasteries. And they saw that in the monasteries there were many there was much richness. There were these treasure chambers.
두중 초시에서디 아주지 쿠유야 가주에지 가주에다지 가르라다 숭줍사로 가서 다디 지알이야 아주지 information 장 팬토멘도스 가르사나 이제 체르버디 다지 셰제다 간다 지 research research 된게다 이제 가서 좀제 되네 아주 information 뭐 보시다 돼요 아래 이네 information 다지 knowledge 집이 팬토면도스 레벨 나로레지 주셔버디 집이 팬게면도스 간제시장 아주지 지 레벨 난기 니주디 지 수수기 다지 오늘 지금 샘토를 냠렌치아래 바 컨디션 교화동 트랜스폼 가르치셔와데 이 개첨부를 차례도스.
This means that today I would like, because we talk about environment, I would like to talk about this contentment and to be happy with little desire, to be talk about the contentment in order to protect and respect nature and the environment. Today we have a lot of information through the scientifics. They examine and observe everything, so we have a lot of information, but only to have informations in our brain, this is not helpful. So we have to see what are we doing with this wisdom which is in our brain. How can we bring it into our mind, heart, and also do something with it, transform it in order to become active on the basis of this knowledge.
네, 세리be, 베나 쿠유기, 네, ecology 이제 세리be 대수다. 알아봐 다나식 출루부터 우티선한다 spiritual leader 인지미다지 출루버선다지 spiritual leader 수냠도 레가체제 진짜 토안에 간다지 지금 아주 구육 내된들이야 편유 침배 토안에 아주 가수에 순급체돼야지 용거래 삼바를 지들이 미만배다 저와로 이체
So I think it is important today in today's world that the scientifics which are examining nature and environment and also the spiritual leaders that they really talk and work together, so then we can really be helpful for environment, to see what is harmful for environment and what can we do to protect environment. I think this is really something which is concerning many people.
참sam질 language부터인데 가서에 demonstration부터 제 나나 신지 미세다 language부터 배 들으셔봐 잠시 편타요 말이야. 구유에 다 구유기 가서 내된디 아주 니머지기 미세나로 수 초와게당라 소부터 내가 토안에 에너지 거랑 가서야지 교환 가서 뒤 토안에 effect 용되게 여비 인두산에 뒤 균sel되네 아주 구유 순규비지 않고 줘야 돼 수수기 니머지기 초와게당 삼동당 되네 고주제 제과지 뭐지 동교래.
When we, for the well-being of our environment, for the protection of our environment, when we go to demonstrate, I think this is not very helpful. Then there is no special demonstration which we could make. I think rather in order to protect environment, we have to see how in our daily life every day, the way we are living and our art way of living, which effect it has on an environment. And also I think in order to protect environment means that at any day of our life, in each of us as an individual has to contribute, so we have to change our ways of living.
대주상 아주 남주 지 세리비 시작 measurement 당다나 신기 지게 장가를 든데 망부지 시에 그래서 되게 상황은 아주 맞아 그뒤에 이제 레벨나로 주대 마도베 등원의 전에기 텔레덴체 지 소수 지 원의 전에 셈랑 구교를 태체 이제 지금 토안에다 motivation 지금 안자 액션을 사버지 렌트하디 참석 가보시고 그래서 땀 마치 세리기 시야 마치지 같이 단을 체제 시기에 인주선 다디 생각해 가보시고.
And this is why when we have so many informations, when we have so many numbers and statistics and knowledge informations, this is all happening on the level of the understanding in the brain, but it doesn't mean that these informations land in our hearts and that we will change our behavior. This is a difficult thing to do. Most of the scientific observations, examinations and numbers are really focused on exterior things and don't produce any inward change.
Smoking,
Smoke, cigarettes.
다 담아대한으로지 차심 다디 배순직 쳐래. 다 담아도 뉴욕에서 도망고 장문을 잡자체. 대점도 맞으면 타마 코란 태양 타마 감중디 강리야 에너지 warning 제제 와 년가요 레스다 리템비나 년가요 레스다 딘데기 이기티 삼삼 가시라 빠르자르 디르라메리 쳇와 또 맞다 제가 지 warning 제라메리 지다 교랑 가죠 나죠 가르라우다 지 라메리 잘 살라버다 다 간다지 라메리 차로레스 지 망부 지네 근데 땡긴 되게 왜 모두 텐데마도 디술레 미세 즉 도나로 되지 근데 information 되게 토네 거기 심 구조 motivation 해야 돼 삼서 가보지도
So, for example, when we take the example of smoking cigarettes, then it is always, we are always told smoking is unhealthy, or on the package of cigarettes it's written smoking, all kind of informations there, smoking kills, or smoking is not good for your health, and there are also these horrible pictures. So there are all these advertisements, all these informations and warnings on these packages, but finally it does not make a big effect on the person that is smoking. The smoker just continues to smoke. So these informations stay on the level of the knowing, of the knowledge, but don't really help to change something on the level of the mind.
Ignorance 말하면 머리가 되지 툭다는 죄네 슉치다는 죄지 이제 툭 시에신도 사대한 소리지 다 든지비지 용대가다
So our ignorance in us human beings is sometimes so strong that we don't recognize things the way they are.
네 인주스탄에 안다지 가주에 the spiritual samarvata jing tradition desudan dana jing na chue ni se dia ki ani jing a ju kulong se na dang do ta ka da ko le ga ji che bi mi na de ji kulong ji je su zhou yue bi yin ju sa ne ta kulong le ya ji to na zhe ya da ani ji kulong le so ju ka la ya ge dong ya de ke chen bu ji xie guai gyum zhen ji de ji tu de yu shi.
So I see that what is in the spiritual traditions and also in Buddhism, what is explained when it is talked about motivation, whatever we do is following our motivation, should follow our motivation. This is why I think it's very important that our interest and attention is really focused on our motivation and intention in order to see how we can improve our intention and motivation.
당기 권주변의 시기 단 류중 초시에 니외의 인도산 다디나네 초시에서야디 류중레지 초시에데 다 개체로 집 자리 유스래.
When we then talk about contentment and little desire, these are 2 points. One of them is the contentment, what we describe as the contentment. Contentment is even more important than have little desire.
다디 또 내가 추원해야 돼. 안고디스 가데 김생 가라서 내가 추원해야 돼. 내가 추원라를 말은 내가 매발라요 말았어. 조진 데래. 다는 내가 추원 가데질은 내가 추원해서 그래서는 다디 가버지도 왔잖아. 내가 추원해서도 내가 추원 체르디. 다 가버지도 와. 가지고 내가 추원해서 라주산. 다 간데질이야 내가 추원을 체르비스야 돼. 가버지
And we talk about having little desire or small desire. Then when we look at this, examine this, then that means, of course, to have little desire doesn't mean we have no desire. But when we ask ourselves, what does little mean? What is the measurement of this desire? How can we measure when is it much and when is it little? This is not easy to define.
밥에 리시 말해. 오늘 장가 거라 제로지를. 다 맞아. 지 마샤 퍼리 밥에 리시 드리셰베 크돌리아. 아니 초시에디 조르 소체. 지 조응에 좀기 초시에발라 소바다 최고에 좀기 초시에발라 소바다 마부 소유디산 아디 초시에디 개체부터 샤디 유사라.
Und deswegen,
This is why when we talk about the four noble vows, then one of them is the contentment is something very important. It is one of the main points, really the most important point of these explanations.
Contentment,
Contemplation.
satisfaction.
Wow. Contentment. That namjun shede contentment sadi natural resource. That natural resource doji. Resa ji da yongdi orba. Da diru cheche. Ko choshe yebi na ko ranshingi da ju ranshingi ko resource yede. Choshe mebi na kadu ineji 만당 와르시당 가두 이내지 대바마가 가두 이내 가세 유네 대수지기 아나 진 대바마가와다 만당와다 에너지 마조반으로 들이지기 사무과대지 어디 유스래.
When we have contentment, then we have, of course, all that we need. All that we wish. That means we always have all the resources which are complete when we have contentment. When we are lacking contentment, then however we will possess, we will never feel that our wishes or desires are fulfilled. We will never come to a point where we can say, now it is enough. We will always have the feeling of lack.
다 이내 참섬디 참섬지 상로망보다도 도루도루 로예를 치거든. 드린두스단에 다디 참섬 드레 상로마다 치지 오늘 고랑 가수라다 지 고물을 겹제. 안다지 가수에 대바다 마음베지 대베 제미지 마음 뉘모습 제제 안 다대기 가수에지 내가 가수에 내담 가려요 뒤통을 봐 갑자기 변지 우기 교하러 들지래봐 삼다지 제비네 안지 contentment sadly 용토야르지 바지 용서를 삼 도스팅도.
Here concerning this, there are many philosophical explanations and background or proofs that we could explain, but sometimes it's like this: the more we explain things, the more it becomes difficult to understand it. So here when we can recognize that in the meditation, don't follow the past, don't invite the future, stay in the here and now, in the situation here and now. When we practice like this, then we can really progressively contentment can arise in us.
네, 가수래. 다 지금 오늘 가르다 강가 매대로 지대 직든지기 지 초아 지 샘콩도 취섬으로 다 늘지기 전화 버지 연디 알아 가시지래. 근데 이제 커둘이야 아주지 지 가르다 우 중물이야 샘대제. 근데 그 통하는 안다 검잡이 연주사네. 마시 가상의 쉬변한 시래. 오늘 지금 디이 저기 다다랑 유대버지. 다 가당 아주지 우야 동네차. 우동안 매비나 안 가면 매ring을 샤도래. 다들 우디야 지 저런 일이 지 변거 말. 다들 왜 추순이 유습시. 안 다지 다 베베게 지시하는 샤모숨제 주주다 다지 망부지 여로다. 다 간다 가리님이네. 딘디지 아주 우기 좋아데 반 맞게 버려. 두스 땅고 말해. 대 바로 맞게 봐디. 다이네 팅상 뒤줄이야 추디조 공부를 차 추 장마도 좀 녀고래. 안 제마도 지소 쪼바차지. 우에 녀게요나 하고서 말았다. 지 우디소 진디. 마시 데 캐나다의 우 장마 옥시전의 제네 야나라 중국어 알았어. 데지 가셔야지. 데지도 가셔야지. 인도 와봐. 지 pollution 数千倍子，这物种这个的是大的，oxygen的说，大家是大家不是还是嘛，大家的起来，干到钱呢，我然后你这是爬嘛去把东古玩的，但太阳说出来人性的越对不起嘛的，但的吃了去就自信了，咋了说吧，人去用过去强调的，但你这个 condition 的可对呢。就有些，这里面就是对我那场的前边那个就是，这下来个吧，行三个吧，现在大概那我这儿给吧，这里就差的呀，这里就是这就是他让给个就上不是当兵的，对，看了看上不是确实吧，这个一次吧，这是用多的什么程度。
Sometimes when we feel a bit helpless, or when we think we don't have anything, or we feel lost, when we in this moment remember to focus on our breathing, on our inhale and exhale, and meditate in this way as it was explained yesterday, then we can really see that to be happy, the happiness is really something directly accessible, directly present. When we concentrate, focus on our breathing, when we breathe, and then when we stop breathing, then our life is finished. So we have to inhale, exhale one after the other. This during 24 hours a day, 365 days a day, and this without of problem with the clean water, and we have to buy clean water in box, and maybe one day we will also lack clean air, and that we will have to buy oxygen. There is already places in China and Peking that are selling fresh air from Canada. I don't know exactly how they do this, but anyway, we have to breathe without any pause, and when we focus on our mind or let our mind rest on the breathing, then we can see that the air that we breathe in comes from outside of us and is produced by the plants and trees that is growing in the environment. This situation is really something very astonishing and very wonderful. When we concentrate and focus and see this, then in our mind there will be more and more growing contentment to feel happy and wondrous about this marvelous situation.
다 뒤주만 셰 다람 살아 되게 하래. 참접 딜리 연구하래. 아 딜리 거두 요네 네바드 차요도. 딜리 거두 요네 지 마디아르 차요도. 디. 다 초진이 블루 마라 직진에 가랑 가랑 노르르 지메다. 지 가라 센시티브 블루보디 센시티브 알레르기 쳔버즈메로. 남주 딜리르 매 삼서도 가시. 다 딜리르스 거두 요네 마디아르 차요도. 제자다 수시리아 가산 레듀스네 다 신다 가마신의 수시기다 지고 남시 장마를 지어버지 컬롱 당장으로 지어버 인두사네 다가랑기 코나 다 디기를 지다 다가랑기 지 네 지금 이쯤을 지금 신다 가면에 안 당기 다 디스원서서로 지지 것도 진짜 삼담이 있네. 그러나 초시해야 돼. 요아이지. 들으시죠.
I go to Delhi, and normally when I go to Delhi, mostly of the time I get sick. It can be because of the pollution of the air, but also because my body is very sensitive and is not used to this unclean environment and is dirt ever. So, however, as I came to Switzerland for the first time a few days ago, here in Switzerland, the air is very fresh and pure. Everything is really clean. The air you breathe is very clean and fresh. And this only gives me a sense of feeling happy and to feel content and happy and without the wish to possess anything else. So this feeling happiness can be given immediately to feeling that everything is correct and fulfilled. And when we think like this, then we can really generate this contentment in ourselves. Here, of course, you are living here. For you, maybe it's nothing special, but when you go to Delhi, then you will understand me.
치점 레베 제수 잡아 제주지기 간다지 루시므랑 예수 영화 갈아 가버려 루 됐으면 예수를 영화 갈아 가버려 나고 데바디 푸시를 제시 다 루심 디베 예수 짠에 매주 지 가르레 에 류가 됐으면 예수 매식 제지 바지 용거를 삼정도 되는 삼점 의욕이 같네 가르레 ni suile di excitement sananda do yana desire di shukche yoros pesun ru shubimna penan gyung asu da dinner samar gonda khala sago re nam gyung sa di ga re da mi se tle ji excitement ge mi se de ge yo ma re da ine chamjang asu ya nangbe chue shi du san gon chidwe khala sa me se jorba pena genyerabjina nyene go domba lembe ko nisha chi go domba lente chebe ko ya chiru khala sa jo mara ta rob du shong de zung ne chen de chiru khala de sa jo da de chen nga zong sang da yu shu de ta genye de chen ga sare genye de zo sta de nisha chi go domba lendu tene chiru khala sa jo mara chidu kala sama jo du tene chik examen leon do chidu kala sa mi za ta chidu kala te kan sam ti ko la ji sam ro chi ko de an chi examen ju chi ne class sadu san ne shida ha le as ke me de nge chi koran di it's the normal ro ji is nothing special ta ine ko examen di gi an chi ken koran kala 오늘 될 examen shukcharuji shimbaruji shimnaruji shimburuji samsaruji 단지 망보지 대화로시 드립시 온다도와 드니두사 디젠테나 따지 되바다 examin디 다 푸슈 제제 나간다 루심 예수메아로시 되지 용디가 알아 루심 예수메아치 단도나 예수메아도 제연두사네 근데 디기 와사래 가오시고 가라 찌기지라 찌기지라 찌기 제연두산 안다지 가라서 코타르 딜 매비 인두산 다 찌기지라 딱하나 시시바도 아니지 제연두산 시글라래 디기 마종세 그라 가버지 드르시 바지 잘했어
When we have a lot of desire and there's a lot of desire and we follow the desire, then of course our body and our mind will not find rest and peace. It is difficult to relax our body and mind, and when body and mind don't to be content, to feel contentment, normally we all of us eat a dinner, evening meal, and this is not something special, which this is not something that is special because we do it every day, but sometimes when we do special practice, for example, the vows of the lay people, then it would say to have one meal per day, then we would not take a dinner or evening meal. And normally with the monks and nuns, it is like this, that they would never eat dinner. But I don't want to talk about this subject because otherwise we will have to feel shame. But when we talk about the practice of the lay people, when they take these vows for one day, then they shouldn't eat in the evening. And when we do not take an evening meal, then we get a little bit excited or nervous, and we start to think more than when we eat. Then it's not very special to not to eat, but when we don't eat, then we feel a bit excited about this, and we think, oh, how nice the evening meal is, and how nice the taste of the evening meal is, and then we have all this desire coming up to have this evening meal, and then it's this our mind and body which don't come to a rest, don't feel peaceful. When body and mind don't come to rest and don't find contentment, then don't relax, then there is no happiness. And when we live our lives like this until our death, then we will never find happiness in ourselves.
수술 융아야 루심니리아 예수디 수술기 컨트롤 체제 다 예수디 수술이 예수디다 마치 수술 제와 다 계시면 잘해요 그렇습니다.
So then it is important to understand that the desire never finds, and we have to decide to have a measurement through contentment, to say it's enough, this is enough, and in our body and mind to let our body and mind rest and decide for a measurement of what is enough, so that we can improve and feel this contentment.
So living style din gua toa la chokshi jibugi chokshi jirande shizaruti mongshirute gua de keshimuru chokshi jibugi gua toa nuba ji kaje it's not enough somewhere not raji nuba dangi shebaru yungwa ina somtanda.
But in order to change our living style, then even if we see that contentment should be the foundation, only to practice this contentment is not enough, doesn't have enough potential and power to change our lives fundamentally.
Und ich denke, was wir
I think what we also need is also to renounce the renouncement, that we turn away from our desire and from our attachment. That is very important.
Very hardship sumarvetaji cha kala khaburchi jidami chetwa kala khaburchi ta ine tin tin de shares kemendo ta imine the principle sumarvetaji nginjong da xianlo principle de jimaji de share jabe ke to shan jumento.
When
we as the Buddhist scriptures tell us, we want to free ourselves from suffering and let go of desire. I think this is something a bit more difficult, but I do not want to address this topic. I just want to talk about the principle of letting go, of releasing, and of letting go.
시저브체 용디 예빈두사는 에너지 지조 나로래 임비네야 지
Just want to address the principle of renunciation.
social being realities 가서다 지조 수행샤베 데마스도 가서 지조 수행샤베 데마지스도 social
reality.
다
Reality.
reality 간다 지조 나로래야 빼나다지 가수에 왜다 간다지 나로다지 부인은 디디지 인고래스다 다지 지조 나로래야 그런 디디지에서 부인은 디디지 인고래 부모인은 디디지 인고래스 디디미네다 부디 내가 봄 때가로 자기의 마장와 그런지 데 거체 는 잘안 되고 알아서 지금 되고 알아 되고 알아서다 세시루지 선한다다 지디 덴바르지 지조난 야수에서 덴바르다 지 중국어 봐 다들이 셴두산 제 균산되네 강갈로지 지기질이야 가수라다지 디긴 지den기 디지 가수라다 근데 쇠샤 될이야 이체로 제제다 저거야 또 차리
So today there are these social realities in the society. For example, to be a man, you have to behave in this and that way, or to be a woman, to have to be in this or that way. And if you don't do, then you're not really a man or not really a woman. And so when we are a man, we need this and these things, and when you are a woman, you have to behave in this and that way, and you need this and that. This is really a kind of laws that are intrinsic laws, because we are living together. Then most of the time we don't have choice, and we have to live dependent on these rules of the society.
traffic jam 루체 나바도 팅상 가르사 안라데 가르사데 지 차다야 어디
La.
odd and even car number Japan 3 안라 야여 드로죠 선이차 여분 드로죠 지와 잉글랜드 요
로소.
나서 다 angye semo zhe 다 드네 인두산에 드네지 시스템을 수여하래 다 단도 갈아가버치고래 지 5 million cars somewhere 지 드레아레스 딜리리아 단도 니마 따바르시 에 모터스타바 동타 싱아데 모터스타바 registration 지가레스 모터스타바 다 enge TV 아디 두선 팅지 모르나치 고 모르다니데 고 딜리데 주ste 거기지 모르는데 막 가르치는 모르는데 막 차르스
For example, when I came to India, in the beginning there were daily traffic jams, and there was introduced this system that certain car numbers are allowed to drive on certain days, and on other days the other car numbers immatriculation would be allowed to drive through. So this is to get rid of the traffic jam, but this come with other problems. In Delhi there are 5 million cars, and this means that also daily every day 4 or 5 new cars are registered. 4 to 5,000 new cars per day. So I have asked one day when I was in Delhi, I asked a Tibetan driver, why are there so many cars?
다디 수수기 네버 김세 되게 뭐라지 녀자 되네 수수기지 마녀는 지금은 다지 녀고도 네버 되지 녀고에 된자 아니 수수지 녀고를 치야지 갈리갈리 제제 상원녀대요.
So he told me because when the neighbor buys a car, then oneself has to buy a car as well, because it continues like this. When the neighbor buys a car, then oneself has to buy a car. Then one day after another, there are new cars coming.
수수 릭다 녀의 상부 남주 비주 마당체 아니 고랑 디기 저지 칠로기 예 그러다지 가서 칠로기 안다지 슈겐스마르 디슈 왕도 친체 아니 고랑 로데야 셔대요 제자들의 인중의 현로사데 진짜 왕도 마당치지 수수기 따지 가서래 수수기 따지 남주 배주 당체 수수의 능력이 요아체지 다 가도 수수 랑가데 수수 담차 톱당다 다지 근지기 누가 오래사지 드시셔.
This means this is the situation today, that when one person does something, then we have to follow up. We have to do the same. So instead of using our own intelligence and wisdom, we just follow in an ignorant way this system. And we are under the influence of these external influences, circumstances which decide about our lives. So when we talk here about renunciation and letting go of desire, then this means that we are not under the influence of these influences, but that we have the intelligent wisdom to choose our own way, and also the right to choose our own way, and to use this right and this possibility to decide our own way.
Reality when any meaning da energy social reality teliaji kachongaje be what do you mean by tombe tone and suzu